I have a twin, and...
Are you alike? Like, as in,
no,
you look like...
we're so opposite. I kind of almost think we willfully contrived contrasting personalities to try to, become...
Assume identity. Okay.
Yeah, but I do kind of think we've now become half a person each. If we could, half a personality each, and if we could combine...
Like one successful human.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
right.
we could have made one successful human, yeah.
Hello! Welcome to Believe. I'm Phil Green.
And I'm David Ferguson.
And this is a podcast about the world's craziest myths and conspiracy theories, and sometimes multiple people.
Indeed, many people.
Many people.
Lots of people.
Looking similar.
Yes, not on their Todd.
Not on their Todd. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Yeah.
So good at this. So professional. This is a podcast about the world's craziest myths and conspiracy theories. In each episode, we bring on a guest. That guest has picked a myth or conspiracy theory they want to talk about. It might be something they believe. It might be something they don't believe. It might just be something they think is weird as shit, and they want two people to find answers for them, don't they?
Yes, and we are those two people.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad boys of podcasting.
Bad boys of podcasting, indeed, exactly. Now, we found George in a drawer. We've unfolded him, put him in his chair.
He looks so pretty.
Doesn't he?
Look at him.
You pointed his finger at the right buttons, didn't you?
He did. He did. We couldn't do it without him.
No, we couldn't do it without him. He is primed and ready to go. And who is today's fabulous guest?
A great artist. Mm-hmm. A fantastic artist and fantastic comedian with wild hair. The fantastic Richard Todd.
Fantastic Richard Todd. Richard has won several awards. He's written and performed 4 acclaimed shows at the Edinburgh Festival and can be seen at comedy clubs all over the country. He's also a wonderful animator. He's written for animated shorts for Channel 4, been selected for show at the Toronto Animation Arts Festival, the Melbourne Film Festival and London International Film Festival, and was nominated for Best Animation at the Royal Television Society Northeastern Border. That's an impressive CV.
Yeah, it totally is.
Yeah. We should ditch all other guests from now on.
Yeah, a man of many gifts.
Absolutely. And what is the myth or conspiracy theory that Richard has chosen?
Everybody has a doppelganger.
Everyone has a doppelganger.
Everyone has a doppelganger.
See things twice.
Or many times.
Many times. Let's bring on Richard.
Ooh.
Get out of the rabbit hole.
It's a fake. Every single bird in the sky is a robot.
It's fiction.
Doubt your government.
It's an urban legend.
If they're actually spraying something in the sky.
No way.
A stream of absurdity.
It's a total fabrication.
Welcome to the podcast, Richard Todd!
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I feel awkward because your energy is so high.
Yes. You're quite high energy
I
sometimes.
am on stage,
Yeah.
but off stage, I am very low energy. I noticed this morning when I woke up, I think this is an awkwardness thing because I talked completely I came out the bathroom after a shower and I saw the cat and I talked to him like just, hey mate, what are you doing there? It's an unusual place for you to be sitting. And I sounded like a normal person, but then I saw my flatmate and then I was just put on a strange voice and said, hello there. And I thought, why can't you? Well, that's the wrong way around.
Yeah, that is the wrong way around.
Yeah.
What did the cat have to say for itself?
The cat doesn't like me.
Really?
No.
Is it your cat or just the flat cat?
That's the flat cat.
Okay.
It's it doesn't not like me, but well, yeah.
It's a cat. It's a cat.
Yeah,
Is there
it wants
history
things.
there?
It occasionally wants something from me, but the problem is I'm not loud in. I mean, I'm loud. My voice is quite loud.
Yes.
But that's like I think. But like I'm not like kind of. Not in a kind of extrovert way.
No.
I'm not running around saying, "Look at me." But also I have very heavy footfall.
Football.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it is loud. It's like someone slapping a steak against their thigh.
Do you think that's the cat's beef with you?
Yeah, it
Okay.
doesn't like how loud I am because like my feet meet the ground. This is nonsense, but my feet meet the ground in such a strange way that it just make like almost like my feet are trying to clap with the earth. But like for example,
You're at one with terra firma, with Mother Nature.
You're not really, because I find nature's... Because I remember when I lived in Glasgow, I worked up a slight gradient. It was just a slight gradient. Like the place I worked was just up the hill, this slight gradient from my house. And once it'd been snowing and the street was really icy.
Yeah.
And I couldn't climb the hill because I kept sliding backwards down it. And I thought this is impossible. I just kept, so I had to hold on to the railings of the houses and drag myself up. But everyone else on the street was just walking past me.
Okay.
No, but it's
And I think,
daunting.
it's just my feet.
You've got big banana feet.
Oh,
Billy
yes.
Connolly.
Have you got comedy feet?
It does feel like that. It
Yeah.
feels like
When it's snowing, you have comedy feet.
Yeah.
I think they meet the ground flat on, which
Right.
is why they create such noise.
Yeah.
And create suction. I don't know, well, not when it's ice, but sorry. That's anyway. That is.
It's important information.
But the point is, I don't know why I've gone to that because all I'm saying is you guys were very high energy openers, and
Thanks. It goes rapidly downhill from that point, but thank you for that.
Well, it's good to say hello in a positive, energetic manner, even
is.
if you tail off from that point on. Although,
Listen, we start strong, we end strong. Everything in the middle is just gravy.
yeah. Well, is that how you feel like you'll do life as well?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Come out screaming. Go out screaming.
Go out screaming.
Like my
think-
passengers. No.
I think have an eventful death and people will always remember.
Have you got a vision for your?
I want to be hit by like an old cinema, and they have
You
like
want to be hit by an old cinema?
hit by an old cinema,
Yeah.
or old cinema signs where they have the letters like up on the. I want to be hit by one of those. I haven't
One
decided
of the
which
letters.
letter. Yeah, one of the letters.
Any particular letter?
P would be one would be ideal.
What's the cinema called?
Just as in what?
I thought it was one of the cinema.
No, but the name of the film though. So it needs to be something with P in the.
See,
in the
what film are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know.
Predator.
Well, for P, Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse Now be good.
Predator,
Apocalypse Now be good.
Pretty
yeah.
Woman.
Pretty Woman. What would you go for?
If it
Phil
was-
Green, the
If it was a
tour.
letter P or any film,
Any film.
I get to select a letter out. Don't Look Now.
Nice.
Such a
That's
good
great.
movie.
That's great.
Such a good
But
movie.
also wonderfully named. Yeah, really good. Because you weren't looking, and
And also everyone would look.
yeah,
Well, that's how I want to go up.
It
Blow
is a
to,
great movie.
yeah, blow to the back of the head that I don't see coming.
yeah.
Yeah, like
You like you
Was
will,
it the,
well.
was it the little? Was it the girl in the red coat that kills him?
No
spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
Well, it's not the girl. He thinks it's the girl. That's
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a meditation on grief, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And the whole thing, if you watch it the second time, because when I first watched it, I thought,
What the fuck?
yeah, I thought,
Yeah.
what? It's just
God, I
that,
love
but
this
then
movie.
once you watch it again, you realize that he's foreseen his own death from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
yeah. Great film. Now, and in a sense, it can lead us into our theme because there is a sense
That's
of
so nice. That is so
there is
nice.
a sense of he's thinking this person is the
His daughter.
His daughter.
yeah
Yeah.
so the kind of
And you said we were professional.
doppelganger thing,
Yeah.
which leads us into the notion that once you see your doppelganger,
Yeah.
it instigates your demand. Once you've seen your doppelganger, you will die.
Is that?
Well,
is that,
that is
is that a
a-
That's
thing?
what a doppelganger is an omen, and not necessarily your death.
Presage of your death.
It can be like the I don't want to jump on the
No,
notes
that's
already,
right, that's
but
fine.
one of the things is when you see a doppelganger, sometimes they go into a disaster that you were about to go into. So, like for example, someone saw a doppelganger get on a bus, a reflection of themselves, and the bus crashed, and they would have been on it,
But they didn't go on it.
But they didn't go on it because their doppelganger did,
And that's also just shows how precious we are about our identities and being unique, I guess.
Very-
I'm not getting on the bus with someone who looks exactly like me.
Would you?
Me, nah. I wouldn't. You wouldn't want. There's something icky about realizing that your face is on someone else as well.
Yeah.
Like, because it totally undermines. We all have a slender notion of. We all like. I mean, I guess we all like to believe. I mean, especially as comedians, that we're pretty unique.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as that's exposed, especially if you think, because I mean, obviously there's like notions of plagiarism and like sometimes you'll see someone have an idea that you had, and you'll be like.
Yeah.
But you can't. Then you're like, hang on.
When
There's
you get
a
that,
limited
though-
scope of experience in the world, and
Yeah.
people will have the same.
They will have the same idea.
Ideas, yeah.
And it's often somebody who's sort of like kind of come from a similar walk of life to you,
Yeah.
so they think in a sort of
Yeah.
parallel way. But when you're When you must have had that thing when you're on stage and somebody does a joke that you think that's really like one of mine, and then you get paranoid, have they nicked it? But then I get this thing where I'm like, I then become paranoid. Have I nicked it? Have I heard this?
I
somewhere?
suppose you kind of worry then because you think now I have witnessed them do it.
Yeah.
The obvious, now I feel like I'm the player. Now I feel like the thief. Like there's no thief in the situation, but you just suddenly think, I need to clarify. Yeah, so you have that awkward moment where you just have to go over and say, I'm not saying anything, but like I've just got a similar bit to you, just in case you ever see me do a similar bit to you. And I had it,
Yeah.
Original thoughts and then original faces. I feel like my face might be original, like unique, and if it wasn't, that means I feel sorry for two people in the world.
I'm going to tell you something that sounds like I'm being really overreaching, but you really remind me of my grando. Like you really look like my grandfather.
Do you think this is announcing? Does that mean I'm announcing?
You're younger than me, so
well, thanks for being. I'm glad I'm younger than him.
So you're definitely not
very much hope so.
But like,
everyone shouts Bob Geldof when I'm on stage.
Yeah, there is a bit of that.
But more accurately, one man shouted, "But you look like Bob Geldof drawn by Quentin Blake." That's
nice. That's nice. Yeah.
I like it because I like Quentin Blake. I'm not like a Bob Geldof fan, but I thought, well, at least I like the medium you've chosen. Yeah.
I think you're definitely a lot more likable than Bob Geldof, that is for sure. That should go on a poster. That's a lovely quote.
Well, I can quote it now. Someone said it. I couldn't have just pulled it out of nowhere.
No. What do you think about conspiracies and myths in general?
I'm not like I'm not really big up on conspiracy theories. Some people tell me them, and I know I tend to just which undermines me as an original thinker. I tend to just go with the populace and say, well, I like to believe that we're all. I guess it's because you want to believe in human nature, so you want to believe that when people say the governments are tricking us.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
the governments are tricking us.
But I want to believe that they're not. I want to believe that they're actually ultimately just humans, and they all are trying to do. No. Like for example, in COVID, like
yeah.
And I was like, but that they can't be doing that. They want us to. But then sometimes, like, it's kind of interesting because when you watch a film, often the hero is the person in a thriller or something, has explored a conspiracy theory, knows the truth.
Yeah.
And you totally back the hero.
Yeah.
But when, in reality, when someone comes up with a conspiracy, you just think, you are crazy.
Yeah.
So it's a total reverse because... do you want to comment on that? Everything's falling down.
George is breaking his own studio. Okay.
Because when COVID was around, there was that. Someone told me to watch this TV series which was called Utopia.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Where they completely predicted it and it was written like...
Yeah, and it was like, and that the idea of that is that
which version? The UK version or the UK?
Yeah.
The UK version's creepier.
Yeah.
The American version's really good as well.
Yeah, but they introduce a kind of, the world's getting overpopulated and the resources can't cope with the growth of the population.
I saw it so long ago. I saw it during the lockdowns. Isn't the virus in it called the coronavirus?
No.
It's something, or crown virus.
No, but there is a film that does kind of call it, what was the one? It's like a Kate Winslet film.
Contagion?
Contagion.
Yeah.
I think they do reference it there, or it's briefly referenced.
I haven't seen Contagion, but I have seen Utopia. Yeah. Not that I'm making, but it makes it sound like I'm the most important person in this conversation.
Well,
but you are.
Pretty important to this conversation.
The thing with Utopia was like, because I do work during the day with vulnerable adults, and a lot, like, some of them have do have conspiracy theories, and they're like totally like down on them, like 100%.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll listen to one, and think one of them was adamant that we were all getting the vaccine was just introducing, like, he was like, I've never been ill and I didn't have the vaccine, and you guys are all ill and you've taken the vaccine.
Yeah.
And it does make you kind of think, because I was like, no, yeah, but mate, you are totally wrong. But I did think, but I don't know why I'm saying you're wrong. I really have no evidence other than just trust. I have nothing to back up my.
Because you want to believe. You like to look at things in a positive light. You like to think people aren't out to get us. You like.
Yeah, well, I like to believe that, like, the people which just sounds so naive. Like the people even if we don't agree with everything they say, that like the people you elect and aren't completely
evil.
Yeah, aren't
Yeah.
evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as much as they might not really appreciate like the social like class or they don't want everyone to die.
Yes.
You know?
I don't know about that. So there's a movie called Gangs of New York, Scorsese movie. It's
Yeah.
not the best Scorsese movie.
No.
Leonardo DiCaprio was too old for the character he's playing. Cameron Diaz is truly appalling in it. And I quite like Cameron Diaz. However, there's a whole sequence in that with Jim Broadbent, who is brilliant in this movie. And he's playing a politician he's playing a character that really existed. And he says to Daniel Day-Lewis, who's playing Bill the Butcher, this great character, he says, my following is going down because as a politician. I need some, law and order happening. 3 hangings would really help.
Yeah.
4 would be better. And then the next scene is 4 innocent people definitely 2 innocent people being hanged, and of the 4. And it's harrowing, and it's about expediency. So the idea that politicians don't care. Would have people that die. I grew up in Northern Ireland. Politicians don't care.
I kind of once you put it just shows how easily swayed I am. Well, put it like that, and But I do agree. Yeah, that but when you just think on, like I dare say there's negligence But when you put it on a global level, you kind of think, but surely not on that level where But then there's other conspiracy theories like the world's flat. And I like the idea that the world's flat because I like the idea that there's an edge.
Yeah, I like the idea there's an edge.
Like but then no one gets to the edge. And I think if I was a conspiracy theorist saying the world's flat, I'd travel to the edge. I'd be like, I'm going to.
That's my big bugbear with the Earth is flat. Like there are people with big money that like fund an expedition to the edge, go to the edge of the world.
Yeah.
If there's an edge, there will be, and then there's like, well, there's maps that show there's land outside the Arctic. So the idea that the flat Earth is that there's an ice wall around the Earth. So we're basically a plate, and what keeps the sea in is an ice wall. Yeah. And that's Antarctica.
Also, we're like a petri dish.
Yes.
A culture on it.
But outside
Show.
the ice wall, like Truman Show, the Truman Show's flat Earth, I'll agree. Outside the flat Earth, there is more land. And there's more, and that's actually who we're imprisoned here.
Yeah.
I find that's quite exciting. That's like as a fantasy kind of. I like fantasy and. I kind of like thinking anyway, and as a way of thinking, it's quite exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, I could see why you'd like. To me, like part of me, as a child in me, wants to go with that one.
Yeah,
because it's just like far more exciting to. Do you remember
a massive
in
Big Brother?
Time Bandits when they reach the flat and then they have the argument, throw the skull through it, and unveils the underworld.
Yeah.
And just the idea of this wall, great film. Yeah.
If you did take a trip out and you came to the wall and there was a door there at a Truman Show, would you go through it?
Yes.
I mean, you would, wouldn't you? But I probably knock first. Just
it's polite for a start.
Yeah, because there might be someone on the other side. You just think, I probably should get invited.
You might be interrupting.
Just wander in. Yeah.
Imagine if you went through it and you just did meet the version of you also going through it, coming through the other way.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, because then you'd have this, because then it is parallel universe, kind of like, and he'd be like, I thought, you could just switch places. I thought I'd look at your world, I thought I'd look at yours.
A little exchange.
Yeah.
Like in Us.
Like in Us.
Yeah.
Or The Parent Trap, depending on your culture reference,
I love both those movies.
Us. I didn't love Us, but
I love Lupita. Lupita Nyong'o.
I loved it to a degree, to a level where to me, it was enough that there was these doppelgangers.
Yeah.
That, like, to me, I was like, and then I know there's lots of references like hands around the world. But I started getting so lost by it. Like,
the thing I loved about Us was that it reintroduced Les Fleurs by Minnie Riperton to the world again. That's the song at the end.
All right.
Which is one of my all-time favorite songs.
It's lovely that. Yeah.
And I love, but I just love Lupita Nyong'o. She just rocks my world.
the-
Why
the-
she isn't in everything, I do not know.
She's great. Like it is great. I just feel like
It was too much. It was a
Yeah.
hat on a hat.
Yeah, once they go into grant of their classrooms with the rabbits,
And everything is kind of still, I don't know. No.
Yeah, but in terms of doppelgangers,
Yes.
Exactly.
yeah,
So the notion that a person might have a lookalike somewhere in the world, an unrelated twin or doppelganger, has long fascinated humanity. Derived from the German words doppel and ganger, which so doppel meaning double and ganger meaning walker or goer. The term traditionally refers to a person's uncanny lookalike. The term itself comes from 19th century German folklore, where encountering one's double was often considered an omen of death. Today, however, the idea has moved beyond superstition and into scientific study, where researchers use genetics, facial recognition software, and biometric databases to test whether lookalikes are a coincidence or consequence. Yet the cultural weight of the doppelganger in its myth, literature, and pop media ensures that it is more than a biological question. It is also a mirror held up to human identity, uniqueness, and fear.
what is the conspiracy though?
That everyone has a doppelganger. So somewhere in the world there is
Such an
someone.
odd conspiracy. I mean, it's not. To me, it's fairly.
It's more of a you're right. It is more of a myth or a theory
Yeah.
than it
I
is.
mean, I
necessarily
kind of would
conspiracy.
just go with. I think that's probably fairly. I'd imagine that. I mean, I just feel like there's, like when you're trying to create an original avatar,
Yeah.
eventually you just run out of features. If whoever's creating it, I just feel like there's enough of us. Eventually, the DNA just, even if that kind of, the monkeys will eventually write Shakespeare.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think like eventually the faces will
You'll
get
find one.
recreated.
Well,
like,
that's the theory,
yeah,
essentially. That is
yeah.
essentially the theory. We're talking about the gene pool ultimately will produce another you somewhere in
yeah.
the world. What do you think?
Well, so when I grew up in Northern Ireland, I'm Irish. I'm very typically Irish as well. Short legs, long back, big head. I have a big Irish head, and but I didn't think I looked particularly Irish until I moved over here, and then I could spot the Irish people in the crowd. Like we just all look the same. Like it's so like
kind of a cultural doppelganger.
yeah. Like and there's a variety. So there's the gingers.
Yep.
And then there's people that look like me. I'm Black Irish apparently. I'm not black. If you're just listening to the audio, but that's the term. And I like just these features that are just Irish. And I kind of love that. Like I can always see the Irish people in the audience. It's because we just look like someone's drawn us incorrectly. Our heads are so big.
I can see.
I have a huge head.
Yeah.
Do you think have you ever been told that someone looks at you and goes, "Oh, I know someone who looks just like you. I met your doppelganger."
No, interesting news. As you mentioned, large heads. This was just interesting in that they didn't look like me, but there was my ex-girlfriend had a dream once where she believed that this guy who was on crutches and always hung around Newcastle train station with quite a large head and a beard, like nothing like me, but she dreamt that he was my double, and after that I saw him all the time.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's I think there is kind of films that create doppelgangers that don't even have an eye. Like there's a film where a black actor supplants this white actor and no one knows. Everyone around just thinks, because the white guy says like, we're exactly the same, me and you, and they don't look, obviously they're nothing like each other, but the white guy,
But a lot of people don't
died.
see color.
yeah, but it's interesting. Like I do find it because I have a twin, like, and he's not identical, but there is like a kind of sense of a loss of identity just from being a twin, because everyone just calls especially when you're young, just calls you the twins.
Yeah.
You just become the twins, and even at school they'll say to you, the twins. We'll put the twins together as if like you are kind of somehow still linked.
Yeah,
Or like because you were there together. They were together for 9 months, and we can't split them up yet. It's too early. Too early. 16. It's too early. Yeah. But like you do kind of get, because everyone gives cut, but Christmas.
But with
cards,
identical twins, so my sister-in-law just had identical twins, and she, as a lot of parents do, dresses them the same, right? Which is probably partly a thing of like, you know, you go to the shop, you buy two of the same thing because they're the same age. I kind of get it from the sort of, but then you're enforcing that thing of you are the same, aren't you?
Yeah, I think it's partly to do with because we were dressed the same in that and like got the same presents. I think it's partly just to kind of. I guess because we didn't have loads of money, so it's almost to show parity that neither one's getting anything better than the other one. So we did often have exactly the same things. Yeah.
Are you alike? Like, as in,
no,
you're looking like,
we're so opposite. I kind of almost think we willfully contrived contrasting personalities to try to like become two
identity.
different. Okay. Yeah, but I do kind of think we've now become half a person each. And if we could, half a personality each, and if we could combine
like one successful human.
We could have made one successful human. Yeah, just So it is kind of he's like very like he works as a security guard, has the same job for like 25 years, and has a house, has like just secure and down the line,
right.
And I
do what you do.
Yeah. It's kind of I kind of I feel like I'm the bigger worry for my mum. But yeah,
I think it's a siblings things though. My parents' other child, he very successful, does all those things, has family and all that.
Yeah,
and I'm the one they're going, do you need some money? You know, it's like okay, great.
My mum used to send like almost like aid packages filled with tin goods as if it like some kind of post-apocalyptic, you know, if you're in a computer game and some aid package is dropping and you scuttle over to pick it up. My energy levels will go up now. But I kind of I would say there is a kind of sense that there's I think you think you'll have a doppelganger?
It wouldn't surprise me. I do get told I look like people, and not anyone's ever said to me like I've met your doppelganger, but I do get told I look like a lot of people, but I've got quite a generic face and stuff, so I can sort of understand that.
Here's an idea. Do you think, wouldn't it be interesting if you met your doppelganger to know, because like for example I have like I'm self-conscious about loads of parts of my face.
Fantastic face.
Thanks. But when I was a kid, I was like, I mean, even now I'm quite neurotic about it. But it'd be interesting to see whether you shared the same neurosis.
It would be. Yeah.
Whether you if you're the same age and grew up in the same kind of, whether apart, with similar kind of.
Because the way society receives
exactly,
because society receives us in some way depending on the way we look and our stature and that sort of stuff. If somebody's like almost identical, and as you said, grow up in a similar environment, they might have experienced the same.
And with a similar kind of cultural attitude.
Yeah.
So if you were, for example, had red hair in the 80s, you would be like, in the 80s, a lot of bullying and a lot of focus on quirks that were, So
I don't think that's just the 80s, but
yeah. So you are kind of, you become self-conscious, and if you were same age, raised in the same culture kind of environment, then you could have the same insecurities, but it would be interesting to see. I mean, imagine meeting your doppelganger and him just swaggering around, confident as hell about his appearance. Because a lot of it's just confidence, isn't it?
It absolutely is. Yeah,
born in it.
Yeah. And also, I wonder how much money would make a difference. So, what is it? Blood Brothers. There's one that when they get separated at birth, and one of them grows up in a poor house, and one grows up in a rich household.
Yeah. Well, there's that film, Three Identical Strangers.
Yes,
which is a real thing.
Where they separate three identical twins and put them in dips.
Yeah, that's a great documentary.
That even again undermines my naive trust of people. Because that's interesting, because they do have taught, obviously come out with taught it, so that's a very,
because they don't meet until their 30s.
No, they meet at uni.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Oh, yes, that's right. Yes. Okay.
And then they find, but they all have one of them ends up killing themselves.
Yeah, one of them commits suicide. Yeah.
And but they all have a different upbringing. And different classes and different kinds of. I mean, it is grim to think I got put in the like I got put with the supportive parents and loving parents. Oh, yeah, but we're going to put you with the the bad ones.
Yeah.
See how you okay.
Yeah.
But I guess that suggests that nurture will triumph over nature.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not loved, it's going to hurt you. Or if you're not loved enough, you know, that's a really grim thing to say. I mean, we're all comedians, so clearly we weren't loved enough. And, you know, but that need for attention and that need for validation, it's a very important thing. And suicide is never the answer. Yeah, I feel, but it is very, very interesting because, like, as a homosexual, the nature nurture debate is a big deal. You know, is it?
And you were nurtured into it, as we know.
Well, I don't know because I don't think I was nurtured, but like I just, you know, but I'm not saying my parents didn't love me. I grew up in Northern Ireland, which Northern Ireland parents are like this. Did you get enough food and did you die?
Yeah.
And if those two things were met, then they were good parents, and that's the truth.
They nailed that. In fairness.
They nailed
They
that.
did nail
I
that.
definitely had enough
Did you
food.
get enough food and did you?
I did not die.
Oh, and yeah, I kind of it is
Did you go
interesting.
during the COVID years, though?
I
Is it like a
definitely did.
working? Is it a class thing as well? Working?
No, it's just
like-
Northern Ireland.
Ah,
I
right, yeah.
like everything.
I just-
If there's a group from Northern Ireland called Therapy ? And the lead
Oh,
singer
yeah,
of
no,
that,
Therapy, yeah.
Therapy, great
Yeah,
teeth grinder,
yeah,
great song.
yeah,
In my
screaming
sleep, I
at you,
grind my
yeah.
teeth, and show my age now. But and Andy Cairns, the lead singer, he talks about this. He talks about Northern Irish parents, and he was Protestant Northern Irish parents, so it was even worse. So like he told his dad, our album got the number 2 in the charts, and his dad went, "Who's number 1?"
Oh.
not well done. Like who's and that's a Protestant father. That's a Protestant father. You know, but it's just that idea of not being nurtured.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, my twin, we had the same thing, same.
Yep.
But it is interesting
very
that you grow up. We kind of split in terms of our identities and personalities and attitudes to pretty much everything. Like he's obsessed with history. I hate history. It's
All history.
yeah. I just can't. I don't hate it. Obviously, that's a ridiculous thing to say. You can't.
Some people do though. Some people do burn all the
I
books.
will not look back.
I find it's not so much I hate it. I just find like it doesn't. Like he'll remember it.
Right, okay.
For me, I could read, like really actively try to engage with it, and then as soon as I turn around, I'm like, what was it about? I don't know. Yeah, but
2 World Wars, you said? No way.
My brother loved World Wars. He
Yeah.
went.
History back there.
There's another one coming.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, he used to go speed dating, and his first question was, "What's your favourite World War?"
Wow.
His was one.
What was his success rate like?
Not great.
Yeah.
But he's, I do think I kind of think, the whole twin thing is interesting, and the idea of a doppelganger.
Well, there are studies. So there's a very recent one. So in 2022, Joshi et al. Published a landmark study in Cell Reports using portraits from photographer Francis Brunel's "I'm Not a Lookalike" project. They analysed 32 pairs of unrelated people that look strikingly similar. 3 facial recognition algorithms confirmed that many of these pairs were nearly indistinguishable. Genetic testing revealed that 9 of the 16 ultra lookalike pairs shared significant overlap in facial morphology genes, as well as similar traits such as height, weight, and lifestyle. Other biometric studies strengthen the case. So one of the Sami et al. Used one of the world's largest twin photo data sets to benchmark facial similarity. While non-related lookalikes sometimes approach twin-level resemblance, they rarely matched it, showing that convincing doubles are rare but real. For forensic science, doppelgangers represent both a fascinating anomaly and a potential risk, since imposters who resemble others may fool recognition systems. This is an interesting how AI plays a role in this, actually, is that whether or not AI can distinguish you from a doppelganger or indeed an identical twin.
Yeah. I mean, if it was identical, you think it would just fit. I mean, my phone can't recognize me sometimes, and which makes me feel like the phone's defrauding me. You know?
Yeah.
Like, what? Let me in.
Yeah.
Locked out by my own possession. I find like
Whereas your twin is like, come on in.
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to judge. But I find that more interesting thing about that. I almost want to trace back to the two parents and just see, because then I just want to see, because it's interesting to see which mix of like that one got that bit from there. That like just kind of how they stir. The genes were stirred together to create three. Because I'm guessing all the parents aren't identical too.
Well, I mean, there are sequences of identical twins marrying, and like brother sister. And then their kids are born at the same time and they look exactly. It's like it has been done.
Yeah.
But there's also people that aren't genetically related. There's two baseball players called Brady Fiegel. That both call Brady Fiegel, and they both look exactly the same, and they're not.
This is good because
That's very good.
There's has Brady Fiegel and Brady Fiegel ever met?
Yeah, because they went to the same doctor for a surgery, and the doctor said, "You've had the surgery." I went, "No, I haven't." And Brady Fiegel, they're both ginger, redheads. They both play baseball, different teams, and I mean, if you Google it and look them up, you can.
That's a very distinctive name as well.
Yeah, and they are not related. They literally. It's like the matrix has glitched.
But I can imagine, though, so you said they went to the same doctor. I can imagine, because names are often specific to certain areas of the world, right? So I can imagine two people of the same name would quite likely live in the same area on the basis that there's a culture.
The same age?
Yep, it's like they're the same person, except they're not.
That's good. That's like...
they don't have the same birthday. They're different birthdays.
Okay.
But it still has a...
Yeah, look them up.
That's like sci-fi. That's got sci-fi connotations.
Yeah.
That's like someone did pass through the door at the end of a world and stumble into the parallel universe and start waddling around. Yeah. There's a Edgar Allan Poe story called William Wilson.
Yes.
Excellent story.
Yeah.
And where he gets haunted by a man with the same name and like the almost identical similarities.
Yeah.
But William Wilson, the doppelganger, the original one's a bit of a cad, and the doppelganger keeps coming into and effortlessly matches him and constantly undermines him. So when he's cheating at cards, the doppelganger comes in and exposes him. And then he eventually murders it. Kills his doppelganger, and his doppelganger says, "Almost by killing me, you've killed your purpose."
Yes.
Like almost like the doppelganger is just his reason has become the reason for his existence now. I find it quite thrilling. I love that story. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I find the idea of doppelgangers quite I love the idea of someone just like there's Dostoevsky's The Double too, which I don't think is as successful as Edgar Allan Poe. It's got made into a film and
it's not as good.
There's something about it that just doesn't quite
because Edgar Allan Poe is great at just making things creepy, and that helps sell it.
Did Never Let Me Go have doppelgangers or just
kind of Never Let Me Go? They're cloned of people, so it's basically you grow your own organ donor. Never Let Me Go. The book is better than the movie, but the movie's great.
Yeah, because
So the book
all
stayed
of
with me
them
for
suggesting that the doppelganger is a kind of presage of one of the death. One of them will die.
Yeah.
Well,
which is what the island's about as well. It's genetically bred.
I think Brady, what's his name? Brady Friedel.
Brady Fiegel. His doppelganger. His.
I think. I wonder if they've ever matched. They've matched.
There's like a local news story. They're both being interviewed. I don't think they met each other, but they're both being interviewed by the same interviewer.
I think.
Going, do you know that you look exactly alike? And
Did they play? How do their careers? Are they both? Did you say both baseball?
You're asking
players?
a gay man about sport. I don't care.
I just wonder if one of them's a more successful Brady Friegel than the.
Well, inevitably there must be, surely. Like you wouldn't. You can't have had exactly the same level of.
The one that had the surgery, and the other one didn't need the surgery, so obviously they're winning.
Do you think if you had a doppelganger like Brady Friegel, that was like so close to in your same, you consider just something to change your appearance slightly.
Well, see, there's this thing in the gay community called brother boyfriends, which is when you date someone that looks just like yourself, and it's a really common thing. And so if I met someone that looked like me, I'd probably have sex with them.
I sometimes think
I think that would be freaky.
Yeah,
I sometimes think I'm drawn to partners now that look like feel like a female, have a kind of more of my traits.
I think people are. There's a thing about
That
people being
weird,
attracted to people who look like that.
Like have a kind
There is
of
a thing, yeah.
facial structure
Yeah.
that's similar to them.
and the longer you're with someone, the more you look like them.
Like,
You know, there's molding. Like a really good example of this is Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt always matched his girlfriend.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
Like in the 90s, like he had Gwyneth Paltrow's hair, and he had Jennifer
that
Aniston's
just-
hair and Juliette Lewis's hair. Like
I think that suggests a lack of confidence in Brad.
We heard it first. Brad Pitt is not a confident man.
I've really been misogynist this
I
episode.
know,
Can we
come
cut that?
on.
Can we please cut that? Oh my God.
But you're right. There are loads and loads of references. Doppelgangers, literature and pop culture is obsessed with doppelgangers. There's so many examples. So Edgar Allan Poe's William Wilson, which is the book you were talking about, 1839. Dostoevsky's The Double, which is 1846. A government clerk meets his replica, who gradually upsets his life. Robert Louis Stevenson, Jekyll and Hyde, which is not.
No.
That's duality.
It's duality. Yeah, it's
But
not.
my ex-employer, who was writer, speculated that Jekyll and Hyde was just about alcoholism.
Yes,
That's probably a common thing.
it's probably a common thing. Yeah, and I can absolutely see that.
The elixir is just getting
pissed.
smashed and
Yeah.
becoming what he believes is more confidence, but also more obnoxious. It's pretty much just a story about lads going out on Friday night, isn't it? Well, let's have our elixir.
Jekyll and Hyde's a great book.
It is.
That's
it is.
great. Yeah, so good.
Picture of Dorian Gray.
I've never read that.
Yeah, portrait functions as a double, carrying the corruption of Dorian's soul while he remains outwardly unchanged.
Have you read it?
Yeah, it's very slow,
Yeah.
a bit boring.
I'm not a fan. There's other things I like.
Conceptually, it's great, but
Yes.
it's just a bit.
I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kafka's The Metamorphosis, which is 1915.
How's that a doppelganger thing?
Because it's all about him becoming a
Yes,
giant cockroach.
something like that.
He turns into the cockroach.
Yeah. And Nabokov's Despair, 1934. I don't know that one. Revisit the theme of the uncanny double to probe alienation, deception. I mean, that's books have been film. Enemy, Jake Gyllenhaal in 2013 uses doubles to blur reality and paranoia. Us, as you guys said.
I like Enemy.
You like Enemy?
I liked it. I didn't understand why there's a giant tarantula.
No,
in the
no,
room
exactly.
At the end.
That keeps making me come back to again and again and
Yeah.
again.
Do you figure it out?
Yeah, I have my ideas. I love Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't think he makes bad. Well, I hated Source Code, but which
Oh, did you hate Source Code?
Oh, I hated
thought
Source.
it was all right.
I
That's
really.
the kind of blockbuster that makes me weep because I'm just like, even though it's got a cheesy, happy ending, and I'm like, sometimes the thing that makes me cry in the cinema is usually when I think it's just so happy and not like kind of torture or anything. Just they're so happy.
It's great tension, that film. I love that film.
There's a kind of doppelganger, I guess, thing going. Is there in Mulholland Drive almost?
Yeah.
Which is a great film.
So good.
I've yet to, I don't fully understand it.
But that's the joy of it.
Yeah, I
it's
kind of think.
it washes. It's got dream logic.
I think you
Yeah.
have to watch it a number of times, and I also think it's open to your own interpretation.
Yeah, I
think
almost
it's what
don't
it's
want
going
to. Sometimes I don't want to understand things. I'm just happy for them to be like. It feels so complete, even if I don't like. It just feels complete. I don't leave it dissatisfied. I'm just like.
Yeah.
That Lynch's work is like that. Like I love that. But the idea that doppelgangers are the conspiracy theories, that there's people being replaced, like Joe Biden, like definitely had like one or two people replace him during his
Well,
presidency.
it's a robot, wasn't
Do
he?
you think Elvis had a?
Elvis had a
Did-
doppelganger.
was
Elvis
there
did. Well, I
theory-
think Elvis did when he was alive. I think he. Well, unless he's
Did he
really died.
He's the security guard.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's still alive.
Yep. But I think there was Saddam Hussein had quite a lot of lookalikes, didn't he?
Yeah.
Rumored to have a lot of
If you
lookalikes.
go to Memphis, allegedly, it's just basically Elvis everywhere.
Yeah.
Just people walking around as
Yeah.
Elvis. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
So-
mean, you kind of because I feel like the only reason to dress as Elvis is
if you're Elvis.
Yeah, ideally, yeah. but also as this kind of unique presence.
Yeah.
So once everyone dresses as Elvis, I feel like the kind of this was a one. It undermines the idea that this was a one-off, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Like,
It does a bit.
We're all unique flowers.
Yeah. I mean, how many doppelgangers can one person have? How many doppelgangers is too many doppelgangers? Is there? I feel like there's another doppelganger film, but I'm
There's there's
Well,
loads,
there's Dave with Sigourney Weaver.
Yes, that's true.
I've forgotten his name.
So what about is the Man in the Iron Mask a doppelganger film?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's twins.
There's also The Prestige.
That's good.
It's wonderful. I love The
love it.
Prestige.
Do you like it?
David Bowie. Love David Bowie.
Oh, yeah. I found David Bowie. I mean, he's an odd actor.
Do you know what? I've never thought David Bowie. I love David Bowie. I love watching him go in anything.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a great actor. However, what I did discover recently is that his accent in that film is actually quite accurate to what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's such a bizarre accent. People think he's just bad at acting. He's not great at acting, but he actually does nail the accent quite well.
There's a moment in Wet Child's where he's reading a book, I think, in The Prestige. Just sometimes I watch someone acting and I can almost hear the director saying, David, act.
Yeah.
And then he's just
I
like,
don't think they do that. I just think he's Bowie. Let him do his thing.
yeah,
Just let him do his
but
thing.
then just like this beat where he eventually turns around and says, "Oh, I love moments like that. I love moments when someone in the news where someone turns a corner and looks like just starts walking as if they've been walking down the street and the camera's just been set up on the street. But I always like I just like the idea of the man standing behind the corner for ages, just like, when do I come out? And now, so it's a talent.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Just to seamlessly walk around a corner as if you've been talking, as if you've just been walking along the street talking to yourself, and then someone's just set up a camera for that moment when you're saying
And
something.
just happened to capture.
Yeah.
Happened to capture it. Yeah.
Exactly. Examples of television: Orphan Black explores clone doubles as a metaphor. Twin Peaks used evil doubles or shadow shelves.
Had the cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sitcoms like How I Met Your Mother play with the idea. And
I just saw that episode last night. How weird is that?
It's
Where the gynecologist is also Doogie Howser.
Yes. I think there was an episode of Only Fools and Horses where there's literally doubles of Del Boy and Rodney living in America. Like not just like one of them, both of them and their brothers.
Like late Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah. When it got yeah.
There's a really great episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer where Xander gets cloned, and what happens? It gets split up into. We follow the loser version of Xander. Everyone would argue that every version of Xander is a loser, but anyway, and he sees this other half like live the life that he wants to live. You know,
see, that's a good narrative thing where you see, because I had this idea, I was speculating with it for a show where, anyway, I like the idea that two brothers split, and one becomes, you know what I'm saying about me and my twin almost sharing a personality and split willfully. I like the idea that one twin gets the traits that give him confidence more, and he becomes more successful and constantly kind of almost dwarfs the other until the other almost becomes this anonymous kind of just, and then because they've kind of just chosen to split identities, the other one's aware that he could be that person. So he kills the other one to take his place. But then from that moment on, because he wants to become famous, but then from that moment on, every success he has is just in the name of the other one.
Yeah, exactly.
So he loses, so he has no
identity
still. I find that kind of, I was trying to figure out how to do that as an Edinburgh show, but
there's an episode of the
if anyone's going to do an Edinburgh show about that will be
you.
I couldn't figure it out. I was like, right, so there's two of me, and I'm going to kill myself at the end because I kept thinking, so which one am I on stage at
exactly.
Well, it's interesting that you should talk about this. Eminem, Marshall Mathers, talks about this. He talks about killing his former self in the song. My Name Is. I shot my original self in the head. He talks about that in the song, and he makes references to having killed his duplicate self.
Yeah.
So like that's throughout his rap. That's a
Is
thing.
that like a metaphorical thing to say?
No,
that
I
there
think it
was,
probably happened. I think he probably killed himself. I do, because they're all cloned.
I could see that there's some kind of thing where you could try to. When I was at school, I was quite quiet and reserved and just didn't want any attention. But then I just
You
looked
made
at
up
all.
for it.
But I looked at all the other and I was like, they're not that good. I want to be. I want more attention.
Yeah.
But then I went to a different college to all the, most of my school, because I went to a design college, and because no one else was there. I was just like, right, I can just be completely redesign my personality from day one.
Yeah.
So I just became noisy, like willfully noisy.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting because that wasn't me either. So I started to feel really uncomfortable with the version of me I created.
Yeah, great, yeah.
I know, and then so I kind of is interesting because I kind of in a similar thing to that doppelganger story I just mentioned. I kind of part of me thought because the teachers were like, why you don't have to be so disruptive. You're very good at design. Why are you being so annoying? And they said, like, you're going to regret it. And part of me was like, yeah, when you're kind of young and you think, I'm going to prove them all wrong by destroying part of me is like by destroying all my ambitions, because I did want to be an illustrator, but they were like, you're really good at illustration. And I was like, yeah, well, fuck illustration, because I'm going to be something else. I'm going to be something bigger than illustration. And now I look back and think, I wish I'd listened. But I was too busy trying to be this other version of me. And to the point where I
That's
just
what you want me to do, even though I couldn't what you want me to do.
I couldn't stop myself. I couldn't stop myself just willfully doing behaving in that way, because I kind of almost had gone too far with it. Interesting.
But that's youth. That's that you explore things and go against your nature because you're trying to prove something.
Yeah.
And in spite of yourself and all these things, it does
Yeah,
happen.
but do you ever? I never know who I truly am. The other day I was chatting to someone and they said something I didn't particularly find funny, but then I was like, I just laughed. I went, yeah. And I was like, in my head, I was like, look at me laughing at this thing I hate, but isn't this quality? This is quality socializing. I was like, you are doing this properly. This is
going, you've really nailed being.
Because I was so bad at that. So I was almost in my head. I was like. I read about active listening once, because I've always been quite bad at it. I always want to, I guess for lack of confidence or something, just always wanted to impose myself and almost keep imposing myself for fear that I would not be able to. Once I wasn't in charge of a conversation, I wouldn't even know how to engage with anyone.
Yeah.
And but then I read about active listening, and I was like, right, I'm going to become a better person. I'm going to actively listen. And my friend was talking to me, but in my head, I was just nodding. But all I was thinking was, this is great quality active listening. And afterwards, I was like, oh, what did this say?
You
said that on your website. Great active listener. So the theory that everyone has a doppelganger is not just scientific curiosity. Studies like Josh et al. Demonstrate that uncanny lookalikes sometimes share genetic overlap, but cultural traditions remind us that doubles mean more than biology. From the ominous omens of Irish and German folklore to the psychological doubles of Edgar Allan Poe and Dostoevsky to modern thrillers and viral TikToks, the doppelganger remains a powerful symbol. It suggests that our uniqueness may be less absolute than we believe, and that identity itself is fragile, mirrored, and sometimes doubled. So, Richard, does everyone have a doppelganger?
I'm going yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you. I just feel like
Yeah. Does everyone have a doppelganger?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think it's just not so radical to say it.
No, it's not, is it? It's not like the Earth is flat.
Yeah,
It's also harmless if we say it as well, isn't it?
I mean, it is kind of harmless, but I imagine it could.
Oh, it could fuck your life up.
Yeah.
If it was an evil
When
doppelganger.
I studied psychology for A-level psychology for a short time, and it really started to do my head in a bit when they said you think you're individual, but you're not. You're just part of a clan.
Yeah,
you're all.
Just like everyone else.
Yeah, like it was just a group. Like, when
Yeah.
you see goths all dressing so but they're all together and
Yeah.
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 And they all buy the shop.
You're all unique in exactly the same way.
Yeah, that there's I just remembered the Helmsworth twins are pretty doppelgangerish,
They're
aren't
not
they?
twins, are they? They're just brothers, yeah.
Are they not twins?
No.
That's even, but they're still doppels.
They are very similar looking, yes. But
Yeah, when you say it, I think they are. When I see films, I'm like, which one is that?
Which one is it?
yeah,
I kind of think one of them might be more talented, but I'm not sure which.
almost undoubtedly.
Yeah.
Are they not
That's
twins?
a whole
That is-
different episode.
That's it, I mean, isn't it? They're not twins. Just goes to show that, I mean, you can, but that's even,
Yeah.
yeah, all right.
Richard, would you like to look at camera, tell people where they can find you and follow and all that sort of stuff?
And they can follow me on Instagram and try to like my actual drawings, because I don't really put comedy on Instagram. I just put doodles of people I do.
Nice.
Love your doodles.
Yeah, I they're quite simple. Ideally, my world would just be very basic, like really
Right.
simple, like just simple line drawings.
Nice.
A line drawing is never going to go viral, though.
You don't know.
Yeah, maybe not. You never know. Keep. You may as well keep going. Till
Yeah,
one
keep
does.
going. Yeah. It's good that I like drawing portraits, because in a sense I'm constantly I am creating doppelgangers for everyone.
Nice, yes.
So I'm on the tube.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
If you need an
Yeah.
illustrated doppelganger, get on Richard's case.
Or if you need some tenuous links.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll do them as well.
Would you like a doppelganger joke to end the podcast?
Yeah, go on.
Cool. When my doppelganger got on the train and sat right next to me, do you know how I felt? I was beside myself.
I should do that thing of what I said. Laugh.
Yeah.
This is good
Yes.
socializing.
Yeah. So if you could do that, that would be great.
That would be great. Yeah.
Edit it. You can put this laugh in.
That's the end of the podcast. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Please give us a little 5-star rating wherever you get your podcasts. And if you'd like to help support us further, why not check out patreon.com/BelievePod for exclusive episodes, early access, and ad-free listening. Remember, we love you.